So, Doctor, what part of the chicken does the nugget come from, exactly?
Ah, yes, the space bridge. Now we're in space? Because we are. This level is just a huge rectangle that loops back around to the start. There's not a lot in it. You mostly come here for the weird music and the atmosphere. Even that seesaw platform can be easily bypassed, as you just saw. There are a couple of jumps back near the start that we'll see very shortly. They're actually relatively difficult if you don't pay any attention. Though it's not really the placement of the platforms themselves, it's just that the platforms are narrow and there's a lot of cubes on them. You can't land on them normally. You'd either have to dive bomb them or hit them with your whip attack first. Both of those are very possible. But if you're used to just gliding over or running past everything, then that could put a slight hamper for a couple of seconds on your plans. Do you remember that level that was nothing but coins with a single chick? Well, here's a level with nothing but chicks with a single coin. Do you get the joke? Do you get the joke they did there? I'm not saying it's a bad joke or anything, but when your game is only 17 levels long, you should probably prioritize a little better. I guess that's not a good way to put it, because 17 levels can be really long depending on the game. What I meant to say is that when your game is only 40 minutes long, you ought to prioritize a little better. Granted, it would take longer if you went and got all the doodads, but the doodads don't even do anything. Literally, they do nothing. They're just for score. I suppose this is where I should put a comment about this game being well out of my age range, but that's silly. Mort the Chicken is a timeless tale for people of all ages. But for real though, the cutscenes are pretty great. This is another one of those big, colorful levels with lots of nooks and crannies I like. It's a shame this wasn't the last level before the final bosses. It would be a really nice send-off, and it encapsulates all the things I actually like about the level design in this game. But it's still enjoyable, even though it's not the last one. I guess the final bosses are technically levels, but I wouldn't... Let's just say I didn't expect what I got at all. This level is also notable because it's actually easy to get your chicks recaptured in some places. Usually the cubes are a non-issue. And it's true that even after they get recaptured, you can free them in a matter of seconds. But a change is still a change, no matter how small it is. This chick in here is the one that took me the longest to find. Not this one, but the one in here is the one that took me the longest to find. I still didn't even see myself grab it, but I knew it was there. The cutscenes have been relatively quiet lately, in terms of humor, but there's some good stuff at the end, even if it's not humorous stuff. It really helps to bring together that direct-to-DVD kids movie vibe. And of course the level does loop back around to the start. Another one of my favorite design elements from this game. The last chick is just in a tiny corner near where we started the level at.